I'm just realizing this now, that I go back to school in 2 days, and it took me the entire summer to clean my room. Like, that's crazy. So basically, this spot right here in my room is going to be full of books because I finally spray painted the bookshelf, and now I just have to go through all the books that I have and figure out which ones I'm donating, which ones I'm keeping, and which ones I'm putting on the shelf. So let's get started. Ta-da! Wow, bad lighting. Okay, so basically I sprayed painted this last night and I let it sit outside overnight. Some of it's like chipped. Paint's already not an even coat. But I mean, honestly, I think it looks fine. And it's a little bit taller than my bed. So I think I'm gonna keep it like in the center where it is right now. Ignore my messy bed. But I think I'm gonna keep it in like the center, and I'm gonna have that space to put either my guitar or something. Or now we just have to figure out what books I'm putting there. So I guess I gotta go get all my books. I'll be right back. So, these are all my books. I probably have more around my house, and I don't even know where they are. So we're gonna sort through these, and yeah. Okay, the first complete set that I have is the Percy Jackson books. I have all of them. And then I'm gonna do sets, like, up top. Get one. Okay. So, we have Divergent, Insurgent, Allegiant, and 4. All of the books that I've had, like, I watched the movie first. Well, other than the Percy books. I read the Percy. What am I trying to say? Okay, now you can actually see me. By the way, I have a gigantic zit on my face. You know what? It's okay. So, as I was saying, I read the books for Percy Jackson first, and then I watched the movies. But then with Divergent and The Maze Runner, I saw the movies first, and then I'm like, ooh, they have a book version. Like, the book version is always better in my opinion, because it gives you like a lot more detail. So I have the Hunger Games trilogy. There we go. That's better. I don't have a, I don't even know what they're called. Like that little paper box that they fit in. I don't have that for them. So, okay, next is I have the Fifth Wave and the Infinite Sea. I don't have the Last Star. So, and I'm really upset because you know what I hate? I hate when books put like the movie cover on it, because like this is what the movie looks like and has that girl and everything in it. And they should literally just keep it like the original. Like, this is what the Fifth Wave is actually supposed to look like. I don't even know if you can see it. Because, like, that's what it's supposed to look like right there. Well, the one that has a gigantic glare on it. But they changed it for the movie cover, and I literally hate it when they do that. Anyway, I have those two. I really want to get the third one, because I think I finished Infinite Sea. Are they even gonna make a movie about Infinite Sea? I mean, that would be cool. Okay, next trilogy that I have is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Now, I found this book. This book, I don't even know where it came from. My dad had it in his library, and I found it, and I saw the girl in it. I'm like, hey, it looks spooky. Let's read it. So, I instantly, literally, like, I fell in love with this book. And I think I was in middle school, and I was literally like, oh my god, everyone needs to read this book. I was like spreading the word about it. And my friend Bailey, she's like, they're making a movie about your favorite book. And I'm like, no, they aren't. Like, no. And I was literally so excited. But then, like, I watched the movie, and I, like, okay, if you read this, if you read this book, you know that Emma is the one who Jacob falls in love with. And she has, like, the fire power, because, like, basically they changed Claire. I think they just changed their names, or they changed their powers. But, I mean, honestly, like, I love this book so much, because, like, you have just, like, pictures like this. Like, this is, like, of his grandfather. But you have, like, spooky pictures of, like, the people that it's based on. Let me see if I can find one. Like, that's Emma. Like, honestly, I love this book so much. So then, I realized that they had, it's a trilogy. So I also have Hollow City and Library of Souls. I haven't gotten to read Library of Souls because I think I was, like, halfway through this. And then, like, I don't know, I just had to stop reading it. But honestly, like, these are my favorite books ever. I love these stories so much. I mean, honestly, I'm really upset that, like, Hollow City, I don't have a hardback version because these two are hardback, but as long as I have it, like, I'm so happy. Okay, so that fills up all the top shelf. I think that's all of the sets that I have too. Well, I have these two, but okay, so this book is another book that I found. It's totally black on the spine. It says Weird Maryland, that's what it's called. I found this in my dad's library as well. And I'm like, ooh, black book. That looks cool. So, it's basically a whole bunch of, like, what's it called? Like, myths and folk tales about, like, Maryland, basically. And it's really funny because I did a book report on this book in, like, 6th grade. Here, let me read you, like, some of the things. So, like, there's, like, UFO stuff. There's the Pig Woman of Cecil County. It tells you everything about, like, the story. Backwards Talkers of Smith Island. It's just, like, a whole bunch of the Frederick Shoe House. Like, it's a whole bunch of weird, bizarre. Oh my gosh, this one was my favorite. Hold on, where is it? The Snallygaster. Okay, I remember this. I remember reading this, and, like, I didn't realize that, like, this book was, like, totally made up. And I literally thought that, like, this thing was real. And here, let me tell you what it looks like. He's part reptile, part bird with octopus tentacles. Sometimes he has razor sharp teeth. Other times he has shiny metallical beak. Sometimes the creature tears the flesh of its victims. Other times it sucks on the veins of the victims until they're bled white. And lately, the term Snallygaster seems to be used interchangeably with Maryland sightings of Bigfoot. So there's one of, like, what's it called? The Hyote. And, like, they include, like, pictures that people seen. Like, honestly, like, this just looks like a mangy dog to me. But, I mean, I love this book so much. Anyway, I found that book. It's a really good book. I think they make one for every single state. So, like, go ahead and look up your state and just, like, look up weird wherever. And, yeah. Oh my gosh, and then we found a weird Pennsylvania, which is where I live. And it's basically just, like, the same stuff. Oh, these are about, oh my gosh, what's it called? Spontaneous human combustion. There's stories about them. UFOs, crop circles, raining mud. Yeah, I mean, those books are really, really cool. Oh my gosh, this brings back so many memories. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this book right here, this book I read in 6th grade, and it's about 10-year-old Anne-Marie Johansson and her best friend Ellen Rosen often think about life before the war, but now it's 1943 and their life with Copenhagen is filled with school, food shortages, and the Nazi soldiers marching in their town. The Nazis won't stop. The Jews of Denmark are being relocated, so Ellen moves in with the Johansons and pretends to be part of their family. Then Anne-Marie is asked to go on a dangerous mission. Somehow she must find the strength and courage to save her best friend's life, and there is no turning back now. This book, oh my gosh, I remember this book being so good, and the way that I got my hands on this book, because it has like school markings and everything on it, is that my 8th grade English teacher, Miss Sloan, I was helping her clean out like her book closet and everything, and like she was going through stuff, and she's like, she had like 3 of these, and she's like, oh, you can throw this away, we don't read that anymore. And I'm just like, oh my god, can I have one, please? I'm like, this was the best book when I was in elementary school. Oh my gosh, I love this book, it's so good. Okay, keeping that. What is this? The Daring Book for Girls. I think my grandmother got me this when I was like 8, maybe. That's so cool. It teaches you how to like do a whole bunch of different stuff. Building a campfire, caring for your softball glove. They have like history of women, queens, essential gear that daring girls like you ought to have. A Swiss Army knife, a bandana, rope and twine, a journal and pencil with a backup pen, a hairband, a bungee cord, a flashlight, a compass, safety pins, duct tape, a deck of cards or a good book, and patience. Oh my gosh. Rules of basketball. How to write cursive. It's literally just like full of a whole bunch of random stuff. Knots and stitches. How to do a cartwheel. Oh my gosh, I love this book. If I ever have a girl, I'm definitely gonna like carry it down to her. Okay. Another book that I have is Little Boat. I know this is like a little kid story basically. But I found this book when we were on vacation when I was like, I don't know, 6 or 7 or something. We went to the beach house, and the beach house had a little library, and I found this book, and I made my dad read it to me, like, the whole entire time we were there. Like, I'm just like, please read it over and over again. And my grandmother found it for me. I don't even know where she found it. It looks like it belonged to, like, some teacher or something. It's basically about this cat who gives birth to a whole bunch of little... So this is a book about a, like a show cat basically, and she gets pregnant by like some stray, and she gives birth to like these cute like mixed kittens. And the owner of the cat, she's like, I don't want these like nasty kittens in my house. So like these are all of her little cats. They're really cute. So she's like, get rid of them. So they basically all get like sold off, and this one cat, the youngest one, this one right here, Little Beau, she ends up on going on like this gigantic adventure, and she like goes like on the sea, and she meets like this cute like, it's a good book, okay? That's all I'm saying. Great book. I love it so much. Oh, another one that I love is The Velveteen Rabbit. Like, this is such a huge book. Like, I mean, honestly, like, even the artwork, the whole page artwork is just, like, amazing. Doesn't even fit. You know, put it on its side like that. Doesn't even fit. Oh my gosh. Okay, you're gonna go in last then. Another book from my childhood that I adore dearly is The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane. This book, oh my god, I love it so much. Like, I cried over this book. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. But when I was like rereading it, like, I don't know, last month, I noticed that the boat that Abilene and her family goes on is the Queen Mary. Now, if any of you know, the Queen Mary is like the most haunted ship ever, right? So the thing was that when I was reading it, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, how did she survive it? Because basically in the end, he's in like this shop, and then this little girl finds him, and she's like, oh my gosh, mommy, I want him. And the mother turns out to be Abilene, which is his first owner, and like the whole thing is like, it comes to an end, and it's like a whole circle, and like he goes on this amazing journey, and oh my god, I love it so much. It's literally like my most favorite book ever. Okay, another one is Because of Winn-Dixie. So when I first found Because of Winn-Dixie, it was this cute little book, probably like this big, and I found it in my elementary school library, and I picked it up and I looked through it. I'm like, yeah, this looks like a good book. I check it out. I fall in love with this book, and then a week later we used to have like these things that like the librarian would like pick a movie based about a book, and you would watch it for like the entire time that you were there. So we watched Because of Winn-Dixie, and it made it even better. Like, I love this book so much. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the characters. Oh my god, Gloria Dump is hilarious. Another book I have is To Kill a Mockingbird. I fell in love with it, so I bought my own version of it. Oh my gosh, this is another one that I found from my childhood. So, it's called The Emerald Atlas. I don't think I read the whole thing. I might have. I don't remember it. Yeah, there's that one. This is about, so basically it's about World War I, and there's this cruise ship with a whole bunch of rich people called the Lusitania, and it's a book about that. I bought this book in 2017 when I went to the beach with my friend, and we went to thrift shops, and I got this book for 25 cents. Go find that video. Like, I think I'll link it up here or somewhere. But, yeah, go watch the whole series. Like, I have, like, the whole entire week that I was with them. And there was some stuff that went down. I bought this book at some place. I think my mom read it, and she's like, yeah, it's a good book. Go ahead and read it. I'm like, okay. Never read it. Probably will read it, so going with that one. This book, oh my gosh, do I have stories about this book. This book took me so long to finish. It took me like 3 years to finish because I kept stopping, and then I couldn't find it, and it's been through a lot. It has scratches, it's all beat up. This has been lost in school. Someone found it for me, and I don't even remember what happened. Gotta read it again. Oh my gosh, these books are the guide books. Okay, so this book was like the first book that I bought, like, with my own money, and it's basically a book about every single dog that there is. I remember I bought this after we got our Chessie, and I was literally like obsessed with dogs, like, when I was younger, so. And then I have this one, Guide to Seashells, because our family is big on beach and seashell stuff, and my mom would buy these really big bags of seashells, or we would basically like find them and put them in gigantic bags, basically. And we bought that so we could like identify what they are, blah blah blah. Let's see. Okay, so I don't know where to put this, so I'm just gonna put it on the bottom. Let's see, what do we have in here? I know what this is. Okay, that Daring book for girls is blue one over here. I had this book with me when I was younger, and I like followed like every single rule of it. I did like almost everything, and I tried to do it all in one summer. So the first thing in there is like make a map of like your area or wherever. So like I made a map, and things to do: make base, make fire, find food, explore the map and woods, take pictures of animals, survive a rainstorm, roast s'mores, stay hidden, make a weapon, climb the tree, and make a tree swing. And apparently all I did was survive a rainstorm and make a base. When I was younger in elementary school, our whole class would basically like write stories. So mine was How the Moon Got Its Dents, Once upon a time in space, the moon was very sad because he was plain. He wanted something special like the other planets. Jupiter had a big red spot. Pluto was very small. Saturn had icy rings. Also, Mars was red, and Earth had land and water. So Moon went to see Jupiter, and Moon said to Jupiter, "Oh, Jupiter, I wish I could have a big red spot like you." "Well, I don't know how to fix that," said Jupiter. So the Moon went to go see Pluto. Pluto was very small, and the Moon was very big. So Pluto said, "I don't know how to make you small," she said sadly. So he set off to see Saturn. Saturn had big icy rings, but the Moon didn't. Saturn did not know how to give the Moon icy rings. So he said, "I can't do anything for you. I'm sorry." So the Moon went to go see Mars, and Mars finally had a plan. Mars said, "Go over to the sun, and you will be all red in no time." So the Moon went over to see the sun, and Sun said, "What do you want?" The Moon said, "Can you heat me up?" The Moon just stood there, and he didn't get hot. The Moon went to go see Earth, and she was the wisest of them all. But she couldn't think of anything. So Star came shooting past the Moon and said, "What's the matter, Mr. Moon?" The Moon said, "I don't have anything special like the other planets." "I can fix that," said Star. "You can?" asked Moon. "Yep, stay very still." Star wished upon himself until the Moon was covered in dents. The Moon was so glad that he finally had something special about him. So, that's how the Moon got its dents. Last two things that I have are magazines about rabbits. I was obsessed with rabbits, and I always wanted one. And my parents never got me one, and they said they would, and they never did. So, that's what happens. Okay, I still have room to grow. I have all of my trilogies and sets up there, and then these are all of the single books. And then there's my magazines and my gigantic Velveteen Rabbit. Now everything is in place. I just have to clean it up, and then I'll show you guys my final product of my room. So yeah, my room is really messy right now, but like honestly, you saw that I redid my closet. Now I have a bookshelf. I moved my beds. I cleaned under there. This was all clean. It was all clean. I have to hang this painting that I did. But, yeah. Okay, now that we're finally finished cleaning my room, now that it looks like a disaster again because it took me 3 months. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and subscribe to me because, like, I got everything. I got cooking videos, I got cleaning videos, I got DIYs, I got travel videos, I got vlogs. But yeah, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that little bell because when I post, I don't even know when I post, so might as well keep up to date. Now that school is starting and I have free Wi-Fi, I'm probably going to be posting every Wednesday, Thursday maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna try and do it every single week, so go ahead and hit that bell so you don't miss a video because honestly, like, I'm amazing. I'm kidding, I'm awful. But, so yeah, give this video a like if you liked it. All the other videos are gonna be linked down below. And make sure to watch that really, really, really funny week of me hanging out with my best friend on the beach because it's fun. So, go ahead and check out my other videos. Thanks for watching. Bye!